Hey guys, it's Adam, aka Swimming Bird, and we're back again for another snapshot. This is 12W27A for July 5th, 2012. So let's get into it. Now, 1.3 is looming. August 1st is still the tentative date, but they're adding some new stuff still. So let's check it out. One thing that everyone hates is that when you crash boats into stuff or into each other, I don't know if I can get it to do it here, but you know that they break into planks and they break into sticks, and you can't even craft another one after they break it. Let me see if I can. Oh, yeah, there we go. So we got all that picked up from there. But now if you actually walk up, they still break if you run into stuff, but if you walk up and punch them, they drop boats. They finally drop boats like mine carts. They have solved one of the issues that has been bugging people forever. So now you can take a boat, jump in it, ride a little ways if you can move, and then break it and take your boat with you. So boats actually useful now a bit more than they were before, a lot more. Another cool thing, you can now craft signs as you would normally, but you get 3 signs instead of just one, and if you've noticed, which you probably have, signs stack now up to 16, just like bottles and buckets and stuff. So yeah, now you can stack signs. They're a lot easier to carry around and label stuff. You don't have to have like a single sign and have that fill up your inventory a bunch of times. So we're going to ride this minecart over here. And one thing that they did add now too is that I mentioned this in the news update the other day, but players in minecarts as well as on boats and pigs, they update properly, so you shouldn't like fall behind the minecart or boat or pig or whatever and then glitch back into place. But that also means that spider jockeys are improved now, and the skeletons should sit firmly on their spiders without, glitching out and having to jump back. So those guys will look a lot cooler, because that happened. I saw that most often with spider jockeys, where they would pretty much always glitch when I would see them. Over here, this is a desert village. I'll give you the seed in a bit, but there's some cool stuff in this seed, like you start near coal and everything over there, but I'll tell you the other stuff later. But yeah, this is a little weird. It spawned with clay under here with this cactus. So there's probably water supposed to be here. But yeah, we're in the village, and I found a couple of villagers here that were kind of cool. This guy gives wheat for emerald, which is pretty cheap, and this guy gives you cookies. I don't know. You can get a lot of cookies easily, though. But over here, I'm going to switch to survival so I can show you this. Now, they balanced out fortune a little bit, so now they don't affect experience drop rates anymore. And it's harder to get your fortune enchant. I enchanted 6 pickaxes over here with level 30, and I still got 2 that had fortune, so it's not too hard, but they made it a little more difficult to get fortune. So now the ore that you mine should drop different amounts of experience. So we got a little bit from lapis, a little bit from coal. It looks like a bit more. It was a big one from the emerald. A little bit from redstone. These 2 are not going to drop until we smelt them, and then diamond seems to get a bit more. So it looks like diamond and emerald are a bit on the higher side of experience yield compared to the other more common ores. And we can see in a minute here how much iron and gold give us. But yeah, now that the fortune, they don't affect like drop rates on stuff. The ores has their own drop rates, and I think if you kill enemies with your sword enchanted with fortune, it won't increase, how many drop with that. All that good stuff. So one thing, while these are cooking, they improved performance again over the last snapshot. So multiplayer and single player should have reduced CPU, RAM, and bandwidth requirements. Now, one of the bad things that I'll mention later is that in general, 1.3 makes multiplayer run a lot better, but it's going to make single player a little more intensive because of the way the game works now. But I'll get to that in a minute. Now let's get our iron. Let's see how much we get. A little bit. And gold. A little bit. Not about equal, it seems like. So yeah, let's keep going on here. Pistons are a bit less glitchy than they used to be, but they did say that you're going to need to probably update your pistons when the new update comes out, because if you use repeaters to do anything with pistons, it might be a little off, so you're going to have to go in there and fix that possibly. Creative mode now, if we go into potions, before it kind of listed the potion name, but now it actually tells you the effects of all these potions. So that's a lot handier if you don't know what the name corresponds to, and because some of them just have numbers for how much they do and everything. So yeah, that'll show you all that. And so what I was saying about single player before, if now single player worlds, because they behave like multiplayer worlds, they have to simulate and emulate the entire world. So it's going to make it a bit slower to run these multiplayer or the single player worlds, but multiplayer is improved. So let's talk about 1.4, and I'll go through here and just show you some of the features of this seed that I found. We have obsidian right in here, so if you want to make an enchanting table, I believe that's enough to do it. You just need 1 diamond, or 2 diamonds, but you'll get 1 of your diamonds easily because I found this sunken pyramid over here, which is pretty sweet, and it's got some cool stuff. So 1.4, the big 3 for 1.4 that they want to add, the lighting glitch. Let me see if I can find, I did find a place over here that had the lighting glitch. There's a big lighting glitch where if there's kind of an overhang, typically is where it happens, it will glitch and make a shadow that looks pretty bad. It's just a super dark shadow cast over an area, and we can see a little bit here. See, there's some really dark shadows in here that aren't, I think they're darker than they should normally be. So it's a little weird, but they're going to try to fix that. The problem with that is that the frame rate will take a huge dip if they try to fix it the way that they normally could easily, because the lighting, it consumes a lot of resources trying to calculate all that stuff. So they're going to try to find a way to fix that without the frame rate dipping. That's one of the big things. They want to improve that because everyone complains about that. Another one, I can just show you what's in these chests here as we go. We got emerald, iron, got a diamond in here. So you're going to start out with a few emeralds and stuff, and a single diamond at least. So mod API, being able to add mods to hopefully multiplayer worlds easier. It'll make it a lot easier for mod developers to make it that way. That is a huge thing for 1.4, but they didn't get to it now. It's going to be a lot easier, though, that they fused multiplayer and single player. And the last thing is adventure mode. They're going to improve that. Adventure mode's still in the game. When you go into it, I believe you can't really break any blocks or do certain things like lay stuff with buckets. I can't remember. It restricts the game for an adventure map, basically. But they're going to improve that and add to that. Oh, and one last thing I was going to say. If you start your single player world and you want to open it up, you go into open to LAN and you can set what you want it, and you can even do adventure now and allow cheats and stuff. And when you push start LAN world now, in the corner it will show you the IP address and the port, so that you can set that up easier. You're still probably going to need to port forward because only people on your local network are going to be able to connect to your world. So people were wondering what's going to happen to my single player world. Are people going to come in and destroy it? The answer is no. You have to actually do this open to LAN to get that to happen. So don't worry about that. The signs disappeared here. That's weird. That was one of the things they were supposed to have fixed, I believe, was that sign text was disappearing, but it looks like it still happens when you unload a chunk, because I exited this world and these signs had disappeared before too. So hopefully they'll fix that. But I believe that's pretty much it. If you want this seed, like I said, it starts near coal. You start right near coal over here, some lava. Just head to this desert village. You get a bunch of crap and villagers. Diamonds in that far off pyramid. There's a lot of biomes around here. There's a taiga, swamp, pretty much everything in this area. I haven't seen a jungle, but there probably isn't one far off. The seed is pug, like the dog. So just use pug for your seed, and as long as they don't change anything major in how the seeds generate from now until 1.3, then you should get this cool seed. So yeah, that's it for this week, guys. Thanks for watching. Not too many updates, but still some cool stuff. The boats, even though it's minor, the boats are probably the most exciting thing, I think, because I hate how boats work currently. I'd love to be able to pick them up like minecarts. It doesn't make any sense in consistency with the world if you can break minecarts and stuff and not boats. But anyways, the sun is going down, and I will see you guys next time. Probably next week for another snapshot, and 1.3 is coming, so prepare yourselves, guys. Goodbye. Thanks for watching, and leave a like if you enjoyed this. See you guys. Goodbye. Oh, one more thing I noticed right after I stopped recording. The desert village that I was at is over yonder, and there's another desert village here, which is pretty sweet. Yeah, this makes the seed pretty good if you want to check out the way the desert village generates in 1.3, since that's new. They're right here. And look, there's your other diamond. So if you want an enchanting table right from the start, basically, this is the seed to do it. It's pug. Alright. See you guys later.